Good morning, everyone. Today is a sunny morning, and in this sunny morning, we are going to have a topic which will definitely create some kind of ripples in your hearts because I know all of you are using the social media. So when we use the social media, we always are using it for the purpose of, okay, saying hello, hi, posting something very little over here and there, or posting your picture and all. This is what exactly we are using the social media. And I'm sure some of you might be going beyond that, right? But social media, when we use it, it has its own, issues involved with it, And many a times we end up, posting something which we shouldn't have, and then we have regrets, right? So it's very important that we use the social media in a very responsible way and ensure that social media can be used for our personal growth, professional growth, as well as for ensuring that you are a candidate who is seen. So the professionals are rather looking up for you instead of you going in for different professions, searching. So keeping this in mind, today we have selected this topic, and the topic is authentic use. Please mind the word, authentic use of social media for your professional growth. And there cannot be a better person who can talk on this topic more, I think, authentically than Mr. Ankur Dua, who is a part of senior leadership at AT&T and is working as a board of director of AT&T India. So he's an engineer by profession. Sir has 20 plus years of working experience in telecommunication. And he has been associated with the organizations like Orange, Sita. When I say Sita, it means Society Internationale de Telecommunications Aeronautics, Converges, and AT&T. And he has been supporting these key companies, providing them networking requirements. And Ankur sir is currently responsible for heading service management group in India, supporting clients with revenue of approximately more than, $1 billion US. He's also appointed as AT&T India country ambassador, taking care of overall client experience of the customers and their business in India with AT&T. He has an extensive experience of working in different countries like US, New Zealand, Australia, Singapore, to name a few. And he has bagged multiple prestigious awards in the industry and is very well respected as an industry leader, right? So with such a great speaker with us, we look forward for a very wonderful session. And I'm sure after that, you will be very comfortable to, use the social media for your enhancing your learning as well as for your professional development. So over to Mr. Ankur. So once again, sir,
thank you.
We welcome you on behalf of K.R. Mangalam University.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Ashok, for your kind introduction, and good morning to you and everyone who is on this session. It's always a pleasure to be part of the group once again, and thank you, K.R. Mangalam University, for inviting me to share my views on usage of social media, especially that can help uplift you professionally. It's always a pleasure to be part of this discussion with you, Dr. Ashok, and your students. And the topic, as you rightly mentioned, is very generic. It's probably creates a lot of curiosity and buzz that we already know about social media. So what's more in it to know about it? and probably the most relevant topic as well today in the world of World Wide Web. So it's just amazing, and who would have ever thought that in the last 7 to 8 years or so, social media would have evolved people so much professionally. But at least I never thought about it. But is it just about making yourself available on social media that does the trick for you? Or is it something more than that? And Dr. Ashok, you just mentioned about, is it just posting your pictures? Is it just adding a comment? Is that what the social media is all about? And I believe there would not be anybody on this call today who may not be aware of social media or have not been part of any social networking website today. But if you are like me, who does not want people to know what I ate yesterday night in the dinner, you would probably refrain from being part of any and every social media platform. Therefore, we would limit our discussion today towards only which and how we can use social media towards professional development. And now, when you look at social media platforms which are available today, it's a jungle out there. And you touch base, Dr. Ashok, that there are some advantages and there are some disadvantages of being on social media. Hence, it makes it very important that you know about those disadvantages and advantages in order for you to consciously make a decision about which part of social media you would like to be part of. What would be your role in that? How you're going to use that appropriately in your favor, which is developing yourself as individuals and upskilling your capabilities. So may I just request Mr. Tahir to please present the presentation on the screen, please? Thank you. Can you move on to the first slide, please? Yes, thank you. So now, just to begin the session, I just wanted to give my thoughts about what is social media. Everybody have their own definition about it. But if you open the dictionary, what it states that it's a collective term for websites and applications that focus on communication, community-based inputs, interaction, content sharing, and collaboration. And let me just maybe ask you, Dr. Ashok, what's your views? What do you think about what social media is? Maybe you're on mute, Dr. Ashok.
So to me, it is actually a means to remain connected with the people of my kind, I would say, right? So I use it for the purpose of communication. And as you said, community-based input. So my community is, of course, people like me who are into profession like me or who have taste like me, right? So, and especially you said over here is it is collaboration and content sharing. So we share very different kind of content, right? So you will be, I mean, when I was actually, thinking of this topic, so I had a talk with, I interacted with so many people. What exactly you would love to listen. And many of my students commented, sir, we would love to have this point, we would love to have this point and all. So I always use it as a platform which can enrich me, my way of working, or which can help me in different ways. Apart from, of course, hello, hi to very few close bys and all that, and sharing what you ate in dinner, as you said in the beginning, right? That also
Right.
is a part. That's also is a part.
Right. So thank you so much, Dr. Ashok, and that's very rightly said. It's in very simple words how I define it. It's a platform that allows you to let people know what you want them to know about you. Now, it's in your interest how, what, where, when, and with whom you share your information and to what extent. So if you go to the next slide, please.
And this is how people can hide their few things of their personality, you know, and
Exactly, right.
only showcase the side they want to.
Absolutely. Very rightly said, so. Yeah. So maybe Tahir, can you just move on to the next slide? Okay, thank you. So now you have actually heard about what is social media. It's now, let's dive into and just understand after what is social media and why it is important to choose the right platform for yourself. Let's dive into the discussion about the key question which you should ask yourself: why, especially in today's world, you do need to be socially connected online. And I just re-emphasize, in any shape and form, what I mean socially connected, it is only and purely based on your online connectivity on the social media. Otherwise, you definitely have to be connected on socially outside your, in your normal day-to-day life. Now, there are many reasons for the same, but in my view, the top 5 reasons where I feel it is really needed for anybody to be socially connected are: the first one is access to latest and greatest. And Dr. Ashok, you touched based on the content sharing, right? So today I can find everything and anything on the internet, and if there is something that you cannot find on the internet, most likely that thing does not exist. So being on social media platform always helps you to stay updated on what's happening around you and with the people around you. More importantly, it gives you the control on what you want to know and how much you want to know. And that's where Dr. Shoki mentioned about your interests. But there is always a fine line between having an appropriate information and having an overdose of information. But I personally feel that one can cause less damage to oneself with more information than less information. So it's always better, or should I say safe, to learn more. Hence, being on social media will definitely give you the access to what's the latest going on in the subjects of your interest. And we will talk about specifically how some of the platforms today can help you gain that knowledge and enable your skilling, in the future slides. But in today's world, upskilling is very, very, very important. The second aspects on why do you should be socially connected online is to retain connect with people you know and people you don't know. I think this is the easiest and the most convenient way to stay connected with people. But because you expose yourself to both the known and the unknown world when you sign up on these platforms, it makes you equally accessible to the people how much they are having an access to you as well. And because it's convenient, it makes it so easy for everyone to be connected with just one click of a button. And it's very important to stay connected. It helps you to be involved. It helps you to be engaged, which is very important for your mental health. Being connected gives rise to new ideas. It gives rise to new innovations. And it increases the possibility of being successful in your thoughts, in your ideas, and much, much more. The third thing, which I believe is the key attribute towards that, is easy and quick way to create your circle of interest. As I shared, there is so much available on the internet today, and specifically in the social media space, but there's always so much you can learn. Therefore, you have the ability to choose your circle of interest, and then you can dwell into that to the extent you want to expose and to the extent you want to explore. Having pinned down your circle of interest will help you get connected to the people who share same interest areas. And when you get connected with the people who share same interests, you learn, you unlearn, you make them learn, and you actually create knowledge multiplies. And when knowledge multiplies, it always yields to the positive outcome. today, if you are not interested in any subject, you don't have an option to walk out from your class and attend a lecture of something that interests you. But these platforms gives you that ability and flexibility. The fourth thing is staying alive. And I repeat, it is staying alive. I truly believe that if you are staying very isolated to the world and you are not on the web completely, to the world, you don't exist. It's a hard fact, unfortunately. So being available on such platform is important as it keeps you lively, it keeps you motivated, it keeps you curious and enthusiastic, and something to look up to. And to my knowledge, I think these are the key attributes which you need even to stay alive. So, isn't it? It is important for staying alive.
Yeah, you see, a few days back, to my elder brother, I called up. I said कि आपका फोन वोन नहीं आ रहा, बहुत दिन हो गए. कहते वो देखो ना, वो ग्रुप में मैं व्हाट्सएप पोस्ट भेजता हूँ, right? If I'm sending you regularly the WhatsApp post, it means I'm alive, I'm okay. Don't worry.
Right.
So when you say staying alive, so I immediately remember his words.
Indeed, indeed. And that is very true. There are so many examples, where people anticipate that if I am socially active, I have done my part of being available to everybody who needs me. It is true to some extent, but it's a hard truth that it is how the mindset of the people is coming right now. And last but not the least, to get instant reactions, because when you are surrounded by so many people known and unknown on the social media, the plus side is that you are always being available to them and you can get what people's reaction would be towards your thinking, towards your planning, towards your ideas. And a positive thumbs up will always boost you towards the plan of action which you have put together, the thoughts that you have put together. But a thumbs down can also, I shouldn't say demotivate, but at least that give you the opportunity to improve, maybe rethink, or maybe redo certain things which you may have anticipated to be going all right till the time people started giving reaction to your ideas. So those are the key.
So one may get very interesting input in terms of how to improve upon, all right? It's not only thumbs up, thumbs down that I agree or disagree, but they also come out with solid ideas that, okay, you're working on this, that you can use this, and they give you references that, okay, absolutely, you can refer to this person. They are both references. They give you the reference that, okay, go to this site or study this or do this, and then they refer to you to the people. Now, I was when I was working on this, topic itself, when I got the input. So one of my friends said that, look, he's right now doing his, research in the medical side. So he said that, look, the problem with me was during the pandemic. University is closed, you can't move, you can't reach the library, nothing is available to you, right? So what he did was that he posted on the net that this is my topic. And this is how he got a guide. And with that guide, he worked and he got his PhD. So this is what exactly is this, that you get connected with people you don't know even, and they may come out to your rescue at the time when nothing is available.
Absolutely. Can't agree more, Dr. Ashok. And that's where, I said that it actually gives you an opportunity to improve, rethink, and you rightly said, it's just not a thumbs up or thumbs down. But when you get connected, you get instant feedback, you get a lot of material, you ask for it, and people are there to help you. And that's what it catalyzes when you are surrounded with the people of your own interest or similar interest. So knowledge multiplies after sharing. And I'm so happy that your colleague was actually, was able to do his PhD in spite of the fact when the universities are closed and the materials are not available and people help. So, which is the positive thing about getting connected socially online. So thank you for sharing your
And
thoughts.
that too in the word of medicine.
Agree.
And
Yeah.
that too in the word of it. And that too from Oyo. Right?
Oh my God.
So that was
Great.
something very interesting to see.
Indeed. So maybe if we can move to the next slide. So these are some of the do's that we actually quickly can come up in terms of why it is important to be on socially connected online. So if you move to the next slide, please. That's where I would like to explain the students and the audience is why do you not want to be socially connected online, because it's very important to understand both the sides, and I will just explain you in my view what's the don'ts of being not socially connected. So if you can please move on to the next slide, please. Okay, thank you so much. So now that we have understood some positives of why you need to be socially connected online, have you ever thought why you should not be socially connected online? And again, I'm repeating myself. I'm specifically when I say connected socially, I'm talking about online connecting socially, because there is no downside of being socially active and socially connected in real life. So in my view, again, these are the key things which you should be, I should say, conscious about, because this can impact your image, your availability, and your presence socially negatively. The first is you become more vulnerable. As shared in the previous slide, that the social media gives you the access to the world, but it also gives the world access to you. So please be prepared for that two-way traffic, because it's always may not be pleasant. Hence, you are being watched by many. So expect the unexpected, and sometimes don't expect anything. It's very important to prepare your mindset that you will not be digressed from your focus due to the interruptions caused by others, or due to any remarks that you might get socially which you are not required to be bothered about. But do look and work on constructive feedbacks that you get, because remember, when you are in the group of people of similar interests, generally the feedback is something that will make you better only. And remember, sometimes no feedback is also a feedback. The second thing is lack of emotional connect. And personally, I think this is one of the biggest drawback of connecting socially with the people online. And that also when you are not talking with them. And if you're not able to develop that emotional connect, the conversation, in my view, is half successful. The reactions of the people can be very different what they are actually feeling about you sitting behind the screen. And this could be because of many reasons, not always negative. And multitasking is one of the common reasons that I can think of. Therefore, it is important that if you want to have a meaningful conversation with someone, even if you are connected with that person socially, please talk to them verbally. And if possible, please have a face-to-face meeting or have a face-to-face connect. Do not rely on offline chats or offline conversations, etc. Believe you me, when you talk to the person, you actually air out a lot of things which you otherwise would not have ever thought of if you have been connected offline with those people. And wherever possible, as I said, have a face-to-face connect. The third thing which I want to ponder upon is non-authentic expressions of feeling. So I spoke about emotional connect being lost in the conversation, and that stitches to when there is no emotional connect, you would never get an authentic expression of feelings from people you are interacting. Emojis are good, but you cannot always trust them. And we are humans who are better reading face-to-face expression rather than pushing cartoon images. So again, wherever possible, have a conversation, have a dialogue, have a verbal dialogue, have a face-to-face interaction. That will be giving you more output, and it will be far more meaningful driven conversation than otherwise being connected. The fourth thing is uninvited feedback. Now, even though feedback is important, but in social media, people are having freedom to express their views in a very uncontrolled manner, which is good, but sometimes people are always inclined to provide their views even when you don't specifically have asked for it or when you don't want it. So be ready to face this challenge, and it can distract you emotionally and mentally as well. But if you're aware about that, this is what the world of social media is all about, probably you will shield yourself for anything that might not be favorable to you. At least the impact of that should not be that daunting that it will divert you or digress you from the focus why you are there on that platform. And last but not the least is validity of information. There is so much available on the social media, but please, you being so educated, don't be blind in trusting and agreeing on what you read and get on social media. I am from a telecom company, and I work on networking day in and day out. But unfortunately, there is no mechanism that is yet put in place which can do some kind of an auto validation of everything and anything that is getting updated on the internet. Maybe bright minds like you might come up with that innovation in the next few time as well. So please use that intelligence and common sense. And this stands true not just what when you are getting that information, but when you are giving out that information as well, when you are adding your thoughts on social media. Please know what you are uploading or updating or adding, and remember, there may be someone sitting on the other side who will blindly trust you what you are updating or uploading, and this can cause a negative impact to anybody who is reading what you have updated. So it's both ways. So I hope that this will actually give you a bit of a flavor of what do you need to know and what do you don't want to know about social media, and to be specific in terms of what's the pros and cons of being available and connected on social media online. Okay, so if you can just move on to the next slide, please. Thank you. So the fact of the matter is social media platforms have become, if not mandate, but somewhat a necessity for all of us. Like it or not, it's there. So why don't we use it to our benefit? How can we actually get into it that can benefit me more professionally? And hence it is very important on what you choose, and gladly, there are many platforms which are available today which can help you grow professionally. I recently learned that even KR Mangalam University have digitalized a lot of the content on their website. So there is a lot of information that you can actually get from even KR Mangalam University on the lectures which are being conducted, so that you can do that at your own leisure. And we'll touch base in the next few minutes about the knowledge and how you can get it from social media. And because there is some,
we have couple of courses,
oh, okay,
which are in, like learning, through digital mode, particularly some like social sciences, right?
okay,
So this is a unique thing our Chancellor Sir has added. And this is the way we are trying to reach the latest to our students.
great, perfect. And now, because there is something in these portals which probably you may not find in others, and their USPs covers number one, first, the professionalism for which they are created, and professionalism about the objective these are designed for. You will find portals which are specifically driven to impart knowledge, impart courses. Like Dr. Ashok mentioned, K.R. Manglam University portal has few online courses that you can actually avail. So there is a particular objective, there is a particular vision that the people behind these portal who have created have put together. And that's why this is probably may not be not for everybody who wants to be on social media, but only for specific people who have specific objective. And if that objective meets the objectives of the people who have put that on their website, that's the kind of the professionalism that gets created on this portal. So people on such professional social media platforms knows their rights, they know their boundaries, they know their limitations. You will see less nonsense, but more informative things that are available on such portals. Because this is what the objective is for these platforms, and that is to grow you. And when people understand the objective clearly and have made a conscious choice of being available on those platforms, you would find everyone on that portal coming with common objectives. And that could be to learn, to showcase their skills, to connect with others, like minded people, and to know what is being done in the space which will bring good to you and the community. You will find such portals would have a conversations and not altercations. Well, of course, there could be some exceptions, but so far or by far, to the extent, this is what you would see on these portals, because you would find not just junior level people on such platforms, you can actually see some CXOs, who are accessing the same information what you are getting exposed to. Because as I always say, learning and exploring should never stop, and it does not as well. So no matter what level you are, that these portals allow you to get the same level of information that maybe the topmost people are also getting and the junior most people are also getting. And when you are bringing the same people together, it will always yield to the content that matters. Conversations, subjects, features, etc., they are available on such portals, which are always yielding to something positive for the individuals and for the society. And you would be surprised with the plethora of knowledge that you can find on such platforms. The only thing that you need to have is the zeal to learn and the willingness to do something. Trust me, if you have that, there is no end to the limits that you can go. Lastly, because of these portals have a particular objective and there is a lot of thought that have gone through in maintaining that, in creating that portal and in maintaining that portal, which are designed to upskill your knowledge and to develop you better, they may have some charges related to that, to register to those portals. And some are free of cost. But if you find any portal which you think is good and they are actually charging a bit as a registration fee, please consider that as an investment that you are doing on yourself. Generally, the registration on these platforms are not expensive because it is meant to attract huge volume of people. So if the model and objective will not succeed if in case they put a huge price tag to the registration only. But please don't step back if you find any portal charging any fee. But if you are balancing that with the objective that portal gives you and the exposure that portal gives you, sometimes it is good to invest in such kind of the registrations.
Sir, for the benefit of the students, I like to add over here that K.R. Manglam University has a collaboration with LinkedIn Learning. And 15,000 courses are available to our students, and they don't have to pay anything for that. Because the university has the collaboration, so the student doesn't have to register, the student doesn't have to pay for any course and all that. And they can choose any course they feel like that this is what is really needed for them. And it is a record that many of our students have upskilled themselves. Apart from the course they are doing, they are learning about other subjects also, or they are earning credits for different kind of, other, say, they are doing a course on humanities, and simultaneously they are learning about AI or machine learning and all that, at least the basics. So this kind of things is happening in our university, sir.
Very good. I'm so glad to hear that, Dr. Ashok, and students who are keen to join KR Mangalam University, you can see the advantage that you're going to get is you will get the exposure to so many professional platforms which the university already have a tie-up. So thank you for sharing, Dr. Ashok.
Sir, I like to share one more point.
Sure.
Because there are many portals now which are free of cost, and particularly the portal which has been started by Ministry of Human Resource Development is Swayam, right? So this Swayam portal gives you an access to courses which are otherwise run by universities. And here, since top institutes of India are involved, the IITs are involved, the IIMs are involved, and UGC is involved, right? It means the best of the best is available on this, and they are preparing the content, and they are the ones who are teaching on that. So yesterday when I was talking to Dr. Jyoti, she told me that, sir, many of our students are doing already many courses from IIM and IIT. Apart from there, doing courses from the KR Mangalam University and all that. So we are providing them. One is, of course, we have collaboration with one portal. Another is that we provide them, we orient them. Like this webinar also is a part of that only. We orient them to what exactly is existing on the net. What portals are available, because more than 20 portals are available in India now, which are giving you this kind of, help. So we take special workshops for our students. We orient them to what all is there, what all they can do. And secondly, we have in KRM a facility, which is actually mentor-mentee facility. So here our, faculty members are constantly, with the students. And suppose the student has a particular interest in all that, they will say, okay, on this portal, this course is available. Why don't you register yourself, right? Or this is available on LinkedIn itself, so you don't have to pay. So this kind of help also is being provided by our faculty.
Great, wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Ashok. And I can't agree more with the benefit that you just mentioned, because there is so much available right now. And if you can get somebody in the university to hold students' hand and walk them through that where they need to go, I think that's the blessing. So I'm so happy about to hear that.
That is actually to take care of that thing. When you said there's so much knowledge is available, right?
Exactly.
And you don't know what to explore and what not to explore and what.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So here a little bit hand-holding and guidance is needed, and that is what our faculty provides. Wonderful, regularly, wonderful. Not only once, regularly to the students.
Very good, very good. Thank you for sharing, Dr. Ashok. So now, since we actually have understood the do's and don'ts along with what you choose, and if you have made the right choice with what we have all shared, then the question comes, how can you make it work for yourself? So if you can just move on to the next slide. Great, thank you so much. So the first thing, what I would suggest anybody who is probably new to, not to the social media, but to the professional social media that we are focusing on in our today's conversation is, number one is you should initiate connections. Such platforms generally allow you to be linked to other people of your own group or people with the same or similar interest, etc. So please use these platforms as an opportunity to connect with like-minded people. But please be mindful not to blindly connect with anyone and everyone. And why I say that, because such platforms, although they are putting a lot of guardrails around who needs to be there, how you need to be there, and authenticating your information, but still people are much smarter in this world. So you as a user, read the person's profile carefully, see if there is anything positive you can get out of something with that connection request that you would be sending to those people, and ask the question that, to yourself, that will me connecting to that person would make me learn something more and help me add to my skills. And the answer to that could be anything just related to visibility, just related to, I would know how this person, maybe what posts this person shares, what information this person share, because he's an expert in the area which is of my interest. And the same is very true when you are getting the request from others to connect with you. Just don't please click that accept button till the time you have read that person's profile. And more importantly, because you need to verify as per your good judgment. There is no mathematical formula that I can give you that can allow you to do it. But still, your good judgment, by just scanning the profile, will validate how authentic that person or profile is. And there are many ways to do it. As I said, one, you can just read the candidature of the person. You can look at the existing connections of that person, see some insights that person has shared, do some common checks, and I'm not saying that are still foolproof, but at least that will reduce the possibility of having 1,000 connections in your profile, out of which 80% are fake, which will not impact them, but it will actually not make you drive the benefit of being there on such platforms. So remember, you are not on a platform where the objective is to achieve 1 million likes. It's the quality that matters, not the quantity on such portals. Okay. The second thing that you need to understand and deliberately attempt, and in the beginning we spoke about that, is help build your brand. In the beginning we actually spoke about, and I shared with all of you, the social media is letting everyone know what you want them to know about yourself. So this is an excellent opportunity to build your brand. Today in the digital world, I am very confident that if I don't know anything about you, and if I can just have access to your mobile phone or to your social profile, I can make an 80% accurate personality judgment of how you are. So, what you choose, what you say, what you express, what you follow, etc., can easily create a picture of you and your own brand. So, please show your best and do your best so that people only know your best.
In fact, sir, don't you think if you see, over a period of time, what one has posted or what one is doing on the social media, you get a portfolio exactly of the person.
Yeah.
Right. And that portfolio talks very clearly of the graph of that person, whether progressing, not stagnating, going down, or is a person which you require, a person which you need to continue to have contact with, right?
Yep.
So this is what exactly is a living portfolio, I would say.
It actually is. And one of the tips that I can give to the students and to the faculty who are listening, and because I tried and it works, is when you're about to meet somebody, just try to read his or her social profile before you meet that person. It will take the conversation to a different level, because when you are meeting someone for the first time and you don't know about that person, because that person is what that person thinks that you don't know anything about him or her, But when you meet that person and start talking about, hey, how was your last vacation in Hawaii? Or how was your last, surfing experience? You would be surprised, because that's how you learned about it from his social media profile. You would be surprised how comfortable that person becomes with you when conversation is happening, to whatever professional conversation you are having on that objective. So please try that. It helps. The third thing is endorsements and referrals. And there is nothing better in today's world, than people praising about you rather than you praising about yourself and showing your skill set. So please ask for referrals and endorsements from people you have worked with them. People do notice that and read that, and there would be no one else other than those people, the people who are looking for you. They will trust the comments, the feedback of the people that they have given for you and who have worked for you. So don't be shy in asking for endorsements and referrals, please. But don't ask from people but do ask them from people who genuinely knows you, so that they can give you the feedback about you holistically on such public forums. Believe you me, when you move out of from the college and you go into the corporate world, today the companies are not looking just for specific skill sets in professionalism, but they are looking for an overall personality that person has, and to the extent how good you are, say for example, on soft skills as well, and not just on your hard skills. And like you asked about your endorsement, you should also give endorsements to the people who approach you in the same way. So remember, it's always a two-way traffic. And nowadays, a lot of recruitment which is happening outside of universities, the recruiters, they are actually the HR people, they are actually going to these social media websites just to get an overall picture of the candidature of that person, not just what is written on your resume. And there are teams who are assigned, and there are professionals who are skilled to shortlist such kind of a candidates who they feel would be holistically work in the opening that is being advertised. This other thing is, as I mentioned, employment just now. So there is a lot of employment and investment opportunities that exist on the social platforms today. These portals have now become one of the key source of employment opportunities and talent hunting data bank. And the companies who are owning these portals, they have made these portals so smart and so intelligent with injecting artificial intelligence, which makes the search not just for the recruiters, but for any person so easy based on what you have updated and uploaded for yourself on that platform. And we'll talk about some of the tips in the next slide about how to create a good profile. The other thing is positive social image. And all this helps, whatever we have been talking thus far, to create a positive image of yours outside, yours to the outside world. And people, specifically for those who don't know you in person. They know you just from the page, they know you just what you have written, and they will believe most likely what you have written on that portal. So remember, it creates a positive social image, and it's a vehicle for creating a positive social image for all of you. And last, but I can't emphasize more, Dr. Ashok also touched in the beginning on the subject, is it enriches your knowledge. And you can get a lot of certifications from these particular portals. And these days, online education, I should say, it's not an old concept. It's not that old a concept. But I must say that in the last 2 years plus, the benefits of online education has been realized by many. And one of the examples that Dr. Ashok just gave in our conversation. And that's because of three main reasons. First, content. Now you can get best of the best content which is available online and through these portals, because these contents are actually created by best of the best. They are curated, with the people who have specifically thought about in terms of how can people who are not physically attending the universities or are able to physically go anywhere but just remotely and in an affordable manner can be backed up, by the leading universities, on such courses, which can actually, give you the benefit. They can actually be recognized outside world in the outside world, and that's why the universities endorse such courses, which makes these certifications not as less authentic as it could be like you have gone physically to any university, have done the course. So these are as good as that because they are backed up by big brands, big universities, the IITs and IIMs Dr. Ashok just was mentioning. So they are having that genuineness. And these days, as I mentioned, sorry.
Sir, I would like to add something over here.
Mhm.
There's one portal, Coursera, and this was started by two professors from Stanford University. And in this portal, they have linkages with the Ivy universities, right? Okay. And the best of the best universities in the world, So, and they create many free courses. Many free courses are available over there. Like recently, I have done one course on memory, my field being psychology and all. So I came across a very interesting thing that on memory and how this professor had come out with stories and memory, strengthening memory through stories. It's beautiful thing which if it is used by a teacher at elementary at secondary level to teach students, fantastic things can be done. So such kinds of new way of dealing with a thing, and that too with the top people existing in the universities, you have an access. And as I said in the beginning also, many of the portals are free. To some, they charge. Even in this, our own portal, Swayam, you can learn. But if you want to earn the certificate, you have to pay nominal fees. And that's a very nominal fees. Very nominal fees one has to pay.
Correct. Very true, Dr. Ashok. And yes, majority of these courses are free, at least to some extent. And definitely, I would highly urge the students to register yourself at least the subjects of your interest for these free courses, so that you can actually get a feeler in terms of what the richness of the contents, and as an example, what you just mentioned, Dr. Ashok, towards storytelling and memory enhancement. I think that's a beautiful thing. And if that changes the entire way of education at the elementary level, I think that's the fundamental for any generation to actually, uprise in their future as well. So yeah, interesting. And that links me to the fact that how convenient these courses are, to be used and to be accessed, because I'm sure that in today's world of being physically be part of the classes, uh, or I should say in the non-internet world, we never have an opportunity to tell the teacher to please pause or stop teaching just because you don't feel like doing it. Thankfully, these online courses do give you that option at your own convenience and when you need it, how you need it, and whenever you need it. So with this flexibility of resuming the courses, doing that courses at your own pace from where you have stopped last and doing it again, maybe, 2 weeks later, it has been so flexible that it doesn't make you feel burdened about you getting enrolled and you getting into a course, because you are learning at your own choice and learning at your own pace.
Sir, Sukriti ma'am had done her PG also and from online, right? Would you like to share something, Sukriti ma'am?
Sir, yes, there are many courses that are very enriching for students nowadays. even IGNU has gone online with so many good courses, uh, as you said, PGs and diplomas. SWAM is very helpful nowadays. We are providing in Kyar Manglam to our students. They can read about, like in our department, we are teaching them about tribals of Northeastern just by sitting here in our campus, just because of the portal and because of the availability that they have. So I think this is a boon for them, and a blessing that they can have.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you, Sukriti ma'am. And very nice to hear how you have yourself benefited from such an online platforms, which is commendable in itself. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. So if we move on to the next slide, and that's my last slide, I want to just sum it up in terms of some key takeaways, which I would like anybody it's just a small list, but there could be many. But in my view, if you can just adhere to it, it will at least give you a head start when you are creating a good profile on social media. So first, the point that you should always remember, we have been talking about your self-image and your brand. So you cannot do all that if you are not creating a good profile of yourself. And when I say good profile, what I mean to say, the sub layers of that is you should have a good picture of yourself. You should have a good professional picture of yourself. I would not like to hire somebody who actually have put a picture of catching a fish in a lake. But if the person is on a platform like where I'm looking for some candidature of the people, the first impression that I would get from the of the person is by looking at the picture. So please make sure you actually have a close-up. To the camera, smile, a neutral background, avoid putting shades or drinks or on a holiday picture. And I remember there is a particular website, if you may want to use it, called a photofeeler.com, and they actually you can upload your professional picture and seek feedback from the public in terms of how they rate your picture in three criteria. One is ability, influence, and criteria. So based on their feedback, you may want to accept or don't accept that inputs, but that's another checkpoint that you may want to try, where people comment about your photograph and what you're trying to put on the social media. The second thing is in terms of the headline that you give to your profile. It should be that punchy that it should draw people towards your profile. It's like you're advertising yourself. And today, of course, as a generic, you will always have the company name, and some keywords to be added to it. But do add that I say in my language, zing factor, which is actually defining that what are you thinking of, and what is your mindset towards the outreach towards growing in life. uh, the profile should summarize the overall personality of yours. And nowadays I see some of the portals can also allow you to add some videos also. You can attach the videos from some online websites, or video websites. We don't want to take their names, but them, and where you can actually speak, and you can talk about yourself, talk about your candidature. And just other than reading, people can even see you and view you on this professional website. So the next thing is you need to be reasonably active, please. So just being there on social media doesn't gives you the check mark. Be active on social media. Read through it, be part of it, be part of a conversation. And so that people keep on hearing your thoughts. I created my profile 10 years back and it's been not updated since last 10 years doesn't make me a good social professional person if I'm trying to get the benefit out of that. I spoke about it. Give and receive recommendation and endorsements is very important. People should speak about you, not just you. All right. So please ask for it. There's no shying away. And You would have, as students, you would have esteemed faculty, who knows you so much. So please don't shy asking them to give you some endorsement, some referral, so that when you step into the world of professionalism, the teacher's feedback also matters. Follow someone you aspire. I always say this to everybody, that it's just about getting something out of it. Sometimes just following somebody, you may be following, for example, Narendra Modi, if I may say, and it's not because you want to see what all inaugurations he is doing, what all he is doing, but it may be also somebody, I really like his style of working. I really like his style in terms of how he addresses a situation. So sometimes just following somebody can be an inspiration and aspiration for you. Again, post engaging content, which means that when I say you need to be reasonably active, you need to give inputs. Try to give your thoughts as well by posting some of the content which would be encouraging to people, which have some meaning to it, which have some knowledge to it, right? And you will be surprised that how much you might be thinking that I am very isolated, or whatever I'm thinking is a very common thought. People might not be getting anything out of it, but when you post it, you will be surprised how much people will be appreciative of you doing what you did. So please be mindful of that. And last but not the least, observe professional etiquette. It's very important. It is you who are the driver of those websites, not the creators. You need to work for yourself. You need to be collaborating with others. And if you don't do that thing for yourself or by yourself, you should not expect that to be done by the others. So please focus on it. And before I end off my session, I just want to give you a thought that I had on professionalism, that it's not the job that you do, it is how you do the job. So please remember that. And thank you so very much for patiently listening to me. Thank you, Dr. Ashok, Sukriti, and KR Mangalam University for giving me this opportunity.
Sir, we close that way. I request the participants to express their observations, comments, opinions, and if they have any question, please feel free to ask any question, because this is once in a lifetime opportunity, I would say. You can't expect good experts all the time. So, dear students, if you have any of you has any question, chat box is available. You can write us over there, and Q&A section is also over there. You can post your question over there, and we'll be very happy to answer it. No query. No query also means fully enlightened, right? So
I feel that session opening and so briefly explained that it itself is cleared all the doubts of students, I feel.
Thank you. I hope so as well. But if there are any questions, students and anybody who is listening, please feel free to reach out to me or Dr. Ashok or Sukriti. And if there is any contribution we can add to the value and your professional uplifting, we will be more than happy to do. So thank you so much.
See, we have given you some kind of hints on how to create a profile, a wonderful profile, or how to use this media very responsibly, right? Now, this is like only, okay, this should be done and be careful and all. But to be exactly careful, to be exactly writing a profile, you really need handholding, right? For that, we request you to be in touch and keep on posting. And we will definitely answer your questions, because it's a journey. when you are on a particular platform and you're writing and you are commenting and all, it's a journey. On the way, you learn many things. On the way, you understand very clearly, oh, I shouldn't have posted, right? I shouldn't have done something like this. Or you are endorsed, very well done, and all, right? So these are the things which help you to use a particular tool to your favor or to your advantage. I'm sure this talk has helped you today to understand social media and to use it more responsibly for your advantage and your. Now, my special thanks to Mr. Ankur, who accepted our request, because when I selected this topic based on a lot of feedback from students, I thought immediately of Mr. Ankur that he is the only one who can do this, right? And he will do justice with the topic. So I said, Jyoti ma'am, even if we have to wait for 2-3, like say Saturdays, but please ensure that we have him as a speaker over here. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And it was great to have you. And we look forward to have you for different kind of topics for the benefit of our students. Now, since this is only one way we reach out to the student, that we bring in experts from outside, but our university is having a very wide range of activities, and we take our students, to different platforms in different way. So for that, I'll request Sukriti ma'am now to take us to the virtual tour of the university. So over to Sukriti ma'am now. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
You can share your screen and then the PPT, university PPT. Tahir sir, if that is becoming an issue, please share the university PPT.
Yes, I have shared with him.
Okay, yes. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sukriti ma'am, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So friends, this is a glimpse of our university. And as you can see over here, we have a huge campus of 26 acres. And since it is at the foothills of Aravallis, so very naturally, it is a lush green campus. And in the first slide, you saw the building, right? So in this lush green campus, we have the most ultra modern amenities in terms of classrooms, in terms of laboratories, in terms of other infrastructure, in terms of playgrounds, hostels, etc. Now, in this wonderful campus, we have 12 schools. That means we carry out courses in 12 schools. In these 12 schools, we have 65 plus undergraduate courses and postgraduate courses, from which you can choose the one of your choice, the one which suits you, or the one you feel you want to pursue your life into. We have more than 150 faculty members who are there with you. Most of them are staying in the hostel itself, right? So 3,000 students, 150 faculty, 12 schools, and a huge campus of 20 acres is in a nutshell a glimpse of our university as far as infrastructure and human resources are concerned. Now, next slide, please. Now, I was talking about we have 12 schools. So here is a glimpse of the schools we have. The School of Engineering and Technology. In this School of Engineering and Technology, we are offering, BTech in computer sciences and electronics with AI and ML. And this is with the technical support of and the academic support of Cemetrix and IBM. We have BTech in automotive designs, and we have BCA with specialization in artificial intelligence and data sciences. And this is again with the academic support of Cemetrix and IBM. We have BSc Honors Computer Science with the academic support of IBM. We have BSc Honors Data Science. We have BSc Honors Cybersecurity. We have MTech. We have MTech part-time. We have MCA. These are the courses being offered by this school. Now, if you go to the School of Management and Commerce, we have BBA in Human Resource, BBA in Marketing, BBA in Finance, BBA in IB, BBA in Traverse. Now, we have another thing that is the BBA with specialization in business intelligence and analytics. And this is with the academic supports of Cemetrix. We have BBCom honors with the academic support of National Stock Exchange Academy. So this is not a simple BCom honors, but it is a very different BCom honors in which specialized faculty of the National Stock Exchange comes to teach in our campus itself. We have a regular BCom program also. We have MBA with the academic support of IBM. We have MBA part-time, and we have MCom. As far as the Department of Basic and Applied Sciences is concerned, we have BSc Honors Physics, Chemistry, Maths, and we specially take care of you all for preparation if you are interested in preparing for civil services exams, UPSC, or you are preparing for IIT, etc. Then we help you, and special coaching is given by in our university. So we have MSc Honors Physics, Chemistry, and Mathematics. We have MSc Honors part-time also. In the School of Education, we run 3 courses: BEd, BLEd, and MA. You all know BEd is if you want to enter into a secondary or a senior secondary school, you have to earn the BEd degree. If you want to enter into elementary school, you have to do the BLEd degree, and BLEd degree is a 4 years degree. And also we have MA in education. So suppose you want to enter into the field of curriculum making and all that, so, or in policy regarding education, then MA education comes to your rescue. We have the School of Architecture and Design. Dipanshu Yadav has raised his hand. Yes, Dipanshu, please write in the chat box whatever you want to ask, or Q&A. Dipanshu, you can write in Q&A or in the chat box. We will respond. You haven't written yet, so I can't answer anything, right? Please do write. Then in the School of Architecture and Design, we are providing courses, Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Interior Design, Bachelor of Design itself, where Sukriti Madam is involved, and BSc Honors Interior Design, and BA Fashion Design. We have School of Journalism and Mass Communication also, and we provide BA and MA in Journalism and Mass Communication. Our legal cell is a very renowned one and much sought after, school. So we provide you BBA LLB honors, we provide you BCom LLB honors, we provide you BA LLB honors, we provide you LLB honors, and we provide you LLM. As far as the humanities are concerned, we run BA honors courses in English, psychology, Chinese, economics, and digital humanities. This is what I was referring to. We have special thing over here called digital humanities. And medical and allied sciences, in that school, we provide you B Pharma, Bachelor of Pharmacy, Master of Pharmacy, and Certificate of Pharmacy, and Bachelor of Physiotherapy. We also have started now BSc Honors in Operation Theatre Technique, BSc Honors in Dialysis Technology, in Medical Lab Technology, and BSc Optometry. This is with the academic support of Dr. Shroff Charity Eye Hospital. We also have Hotel Management and Catering Technology. Hotel Management and Catering Technology, and we provide you, our School of Agriculture Sciences gives you a degree in BSc Honors Agriculture, and apart from that, we help you to earn your PhD degree in all the disciplines mentioned above. So now I would like to touch upon the next slide. Particularly, I said, with the academic support of this, Yet, Dipanshu, you are raising your hand. Please raise your query. Yes, I see something in the question.
Before you proceed, I would like to add on that now we have also started BA Honors Political Science in the Humanities section.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Dipanshu has written, सर मैंने एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भर दिया है, बट अभी तक मुझे कोई क्लैरिटी नहीं मिली है कि एडमिशन होगा कि नहीं. कल केआर मंगलम की ही फैकल्टी से किसका फोन होने कहा था कि आपको एक टेस्ट हम ईमेल करेंगे, then we will give you admission. But sir, अभी तक कुछ नहीं आया है. बीटेक के लिए फॉर्म भरा है. So Sukriti, if you could take care of it, please. The name of the student is Dipanshu Yadav, and we have sent a test. So we were, we promised him that we will send him an online test, but no test has been, sent across to him. So Dipanshu, we will take care of it, and otherwise we will give you a phone number at the end of the session. You can always write us. You can always write us a mail, or you can call us up on that line. So now further to the next slide, please. There is another hand, Noor Sehgal. Yes, Noor, please write. Noor, I don't see anything by you in the Q&A chat. Please write your query over here. So this slide particularly shows that we actually specialize in this, and this is a unique feature of KRM, and this is what distinguishes us from the other universities in the vicinity of Gurgaon. And now what is this distinction like? See, we are fully aware of this fact that the industry is constantly changing, and then the industry is changing, so the needs of the industries are changing. The kind of workforce they require, the kind of skills which they require are completely different. So what we have done is that we have entered into collaboration with leading industries. And with this industry, we had a meeting with their experts. And after meeting with their experts, what we have done is we have revised or updated our curriculum. And this is not a feature like once in a lifetime, like, okay, revise ho gaya curriculum. But this is a constant feature of us. Every year we revise our curriculum. We update as per the need of the industry. And that is done with the help of industry experts. So for example, I like to share, we have collaboration with IBM, we have collaboration with Simon. Now, what exactly we do? We have collaboration with National Stock Exchange Academy. What exactly we do? So for a particular course, the industry and the faculty leaders sit together. And then we do a need analysis now for the industry. This is what is required in coming years. And accordingly, new curriculum is made, revised curriculum is made. Now, since industry needs are different, industry skills required are there, we can give you a theoretical input, academic input, but practical input and practical skill training, this has to be given. So every semester you will have 3 to 4 papers which have been designed by the industry experts, and they are taught by the industry experts. See, the faculty from industry will come to teach you. And then it is ensured that whatever you learn, you practice it in the industry. For example, if you are doing with us BTech in automobiles, mechanical engineering. So now we have a collaboration with Simon. Now, what we do is they have a particular software developed, and we know very well that they specialize in the development of electrical vehicles. Now, this software is a prototype of them. Nobody else can use it. It is not available to others, but it is available to our students. So under simulated conditions, our students try out their ideas. Suppose they want to try out that, like they want to change a particular portion of the design of the vehicle, and they want to try out their idea. They would apply that idea in the software and see whether it is workable or not. If not, then what all changes to be made and all. This is one facility which is available to our students. The second advantage of this is that IBM, LinkedIn, these companies have, international presence, and they are internationally recognized. So whatever credits you get from them, you earn around 16 to 20 credits. Whatever credits you earn, they have international recognition. So even international organizations will look forward for those candidates who have these kind of credits to them. So this is another advantage of it. So this was a unique feature of our industry, and this is what makes us, as far as engineering school is concerned, number 3 in all over India. We become the best recognized university. The next slide, please. So here you see, as I was talking about the infrastructure and the kind of modern labs we have. To give you an example, this is E-Yantra Robotic Lab. And here our students, really work under, this has been established in collaboration with the IIT Mumbai. So you are directly working under the professors from IIT Mumbai. So that's another advantage. Next slide, please. Again, this is just a glimpse of some of the eminent professors which regularly are visiting our university, and they are not only, what I call helping our students or would give lectures to our students, but they are simultaneously working for the professional development of our faculty. Next. Now, we believe in innovative pedagogy, and when you will visit our university, you can see us that we are towards the project-based learning, right? And when we say towards the project-based learning, I must here refer to the advantages you have of multidisciplinary university. Like, for example, you have chosen a particular course, say in humanities, and you are interested in legal studies also, or you are interested in artificial intelligence also, or you are interested in machine learning also, and all that. So every semester we give every student a choice that they can design their own curriculum, which national education policy, new education policy has talked about, that you can make your own, portfolio, own curriculum design. So you can choose your own paper. Around that, since we have multidisciplines, so we come out with various projects which are carried out over here in our very innovative centers. And this, what you see over here is a picture of that. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now, academics is one point, classroom is one point, but everything is not there in the classroom. So there is much more in the university. University life is much more beyond than the regular classroom and the classes happening over here. So here are a few glimpses of what happens in beyond academics. First, as I said, that we have a huge industry connect, and we ensure that you learn the basic skills which are required by the university, by the industry 4.0. Now, we have a great community connect also. So most of our projects are carried out in community. Whatever knowledge, whatever research you do, it is tested exactly in the community, right? And as when Dr. Ankur was talking, I was mentioning about mentor and mentee program. Now, this mentor and mentee program is a very unique program. The moment you, become a part of the university family, then you are, 30 students are assigned to one mentor, one faculty member. And here with this faculty member, you can, this faculty member takes care of you the way your parents would take care of you, So any problem, any issue, any guidance, anything you require, you want to complete the assignment, you're finding it difficult, how to go about it, This is what exactly is our mentor. So this is a personalized what do you call it, guidance program in a way. And here is next slide, please. Now coming to this, that since it is not only that if I get a job over here, if I study over here, I'm going to work over here only. So we give you international exposure as well. We have collaboration with the leading universities like the University of Florida, University of Melbourne, University of Austin, Middlesex University. And this collaboration is of this kind that either, of course, there are summer courses, you go over there, you understand their culture, you understand how exactly teaching and learning happen in other universities. But simultaneously, there is a facility. Suppose you join any course over here, and we have a collaboration for that course in a particular university. Then you can choose if you want to remain 3 years over here and 1 year outside in that university, or 2 years here. And that way you have a choice to get your education in KRM as well as in the universities where we have collaboration. Next slide, please. So these are some of the highlights of our placements, because all said and done, everything boils down to it, what job I'll get and where I'll be placed, right? So the highest package which our student got last year was 24 lakhs per annum. And more than 400 plus recruiters visited us. And since we are on LinkedIn Learning, right? So very naturally, many companies or many HRs of different companies continue to follow the profile created by our students or the kind of courses they are doing. So they are also selected from there. A lot of offers come from there also. So total offers made from these recruiters were more than 600 and plus, and students placed up to 90%. And now you might be wondering, 90%, what happened to those 10% and all that? So we have an entrepreneurship cell, and we give you training in how to be an entrepreneur. We have an incubation cell. So if your idea is very good and it is so we invite investors, they invest you in your idea, and you can be a businessman in the university itself while you are studying, right? So top recruiters which come to the university are Paytm, Sun Pharma, KPMG, Indiabulls, etc., to name a few. Next slide, please. Once again, Dipanshu has said something I want to see. Noor Segal is saying that will we get the recording of this webinar? This would be available on our website because it is Facebook Live right now. So you will have it over there, right? And Dipanshu saying that he's giving his application number also. Sukriti ma'am, please note. KRMU, please note, KRMU 220-38-596. 220.
Sir, I have noted, I will take care. Sir, I have noted, I will take care.
Okay, Tahir, thank you very much.
I'll make sure that he should get his examination link.
Right. So, can we remove this because it's hiding the slide? Okay. So other companies which visit are HCL, CPA, Indiabulls, Outlook, Appstar, Paytm, and many more. Right? Next slide, please. Next slide. So now coming to it, because Dipanshu has been through it, so he knows our admission process is very simple. What you have to do is, can you remove this horizontal thing which is there, Tahir sir? Because it's hiding the slide. Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Tahir. So you have to just meet our admission officer, procure an application form, and just register with us. When you register with us, then there is a small test, as Dipanshu was saying. You have to appear for that test. And once you qualify that test, there is a interaction. You have to appear for the personal interview with the department you want to enter, right? And there the dean and faculty members will have an interaction with you. And if you are, if you qualify both the interview as well as the admission test, then you have to pay a fee and you become a member of our family. We have a fast track admission also through CUET, right? Next slide, please. So, because most of the time people feel that private universities are very costly. And so we have given you a slide in which we have compared the fee structure of other private universities and ours. And if you see, we have, of course, taken the universities from Haryana, Delhi, UP, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Bihar. That is the neighborhood places. And the Bihar is one place where many students join. So if you see, as far as non-technical courses are concerned, the degree programs are concerned, KR Mangalam is charging you 1,10,000, whereas other universities are charging you to the tune of 130, 125. Only Bihar is little less. Sorry. And as far as the technical courses are concerned, our fee is 140, whereas others are charging 175, 150. So we charge very reasonably, right? And this notion that since we have such a wonderful infrastructure and such a huge campus and all that, so we may be charging very high or the fee might be high. Please compare and decide by yourself. Next slide, please. So now, you know, after the fee structure, then very naturally comes to this, is there any scholarship available? So we offer to the deserving undergraduate students a scholarship up to 100%. And we give you the fast track admission also, those who score more than 90% in the, your board exams. 15% scholarship for siblings, that is, suppose you are already studying and your sister or brother, real brother, blood relationship, join us, then 15% scholarship is reserved for such students. 15% scholarship is in the sports quota, that is students who have, you know, are having very good background from the sports. 15% scholarship for children of defense personnel, and we have special financial aid for students who come from KR Mangalam schools. Next slide, please. So this is the last slide. Himanshu, you were asking whom to call. Please call on this number, 011 488 488. Right? Or you can email us at schoolconnect@krmangalam edu.edu.in. Yes, Dipanshu, you said something. Okay.
Sir, I'd like to add that Dipanshu has already got its link on 29th of September.
Okay.
On his email ID, Dipanshu at Dipanshu 95 something number is there, email ID is there. 97531@gmail.com. We got this mail on this email ID. If the mail ID is not correct, let me know on this chat.
Okay. Dipanshu, please specify your mail ID so that our technical team can help you immediately. Right? Okay. So I'll thank everyone for joining us today, particularly Mr. Ankur, who had been, so nice to spare some kind of time for us, though he's exceptionally busy person. Until yesterday, he was traveling, and today morning he landed and he is with us today. Thank you so much, Mr. Ankur, for joining us, and thank you so much, Sukriti ma'am, for being with us and giving your inputs, especially your own personal experience and what we do in the university regarding online courses. Dipanshu has again raised his hand. Yes, Dipanshu, write down. Please write.
I'm answering him. Yes, that's written.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Mr. Tahir. So, and my technical team, without them, we are simply crippled, right? And they work so hard, I would say 24/7. It's their work, and you had a glimpse or an idea of this only the moment Dipanshu raised a query. Mr. Tahir immediately responded. So thank you so much, Mr. Tahir and your team, for such a wonderful support. And I think I'll fail in my duty if I don't thank my participants. So my special thanks to the participants. Thank you very much, Mr. Dua. Thank you, Sukriti ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Tahir and his team. And thank you for those who spared their time and attended this session today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Sorry, sir. Carry on.
Tahir sir, we can close now.
Okay. Dipanshu, I'll get you a call for you right away. Thank you, sir.
Tahir sir, please close.